Good morning, dear students. So, today in this video, we are going to see about communicative language teaching. So, in the previous videos, we have seen the other methods like audiovisual method, playway method, direct method, and bilingual method. And this is one of the method of teaching English language through communicational activities. So basically, language is a tool of communication, right? And English language is a powerful means of communication, and the learners learn the language by using it. So communication is one of the most important skill in learning English. In order to teach real and meaningful communication in the class, the teacher must apply different ways to teaching there, and therefore communicative language teaching is one of the most effective method of teaching English. Why do we teach is we teach English language to the purpose of communication, right? And if you teach English through communicative language method means it will be very effective for the students, and also the students will be learning so many activities and so many ways to speak English language fluently and confidently. And in order to communicate effectively in real life, students need more than mere knowledge about the language. So if we need to communicate effectively in real life, we have to give them some exposure about how to communicate in language. So what we usually do is we will be giving knowledge about the language, so that is not important. So knowledge about the language is not important, so we have to make them to use the language in their real life. So when the students are using the language in their real life, that will be a practice for them, and when they are practicing it again and again, so naturally they will learn the language. So instead of teaching them what is grammar, you have to make them to use the grammar. So when they are using the grammar regularly, naturally the language will come to them. So instead of teaching knowledge, you have to give them some practice in real life. And communicative language teaching is based on the idea that language is a skill to be acquired, not merely a body of knowledge to be learned. So this is what I have said now. And simply knowing parts of speech, or how to convert the active into passive, or positive into negative, or declarative into interrogative, does not mean that the person is proficient in a language. So we cannot say that I am good in grammar and I will speak in good English. That we cannot say. People who know good grammar and all the rules and regulations of doing grammar things, they will also struggle in communicating things in English. So that does not mean that you know grammar and you can speak well. So for speaking English fluently, you need some practice, and that too communicative activities should be given for them in the schools, so that they will be practicing it regularly, and they can have good safe practice to speak in English. And also the teacher should provide a proper learning atmosphere in the classroom. And this method aims to develop both accuracy and fluency from the very beginning. So from the very beginning, this method will be able to develop accuracy and fluency of using the language. And the learners is given some task like making a phone call, and making a conversation, or some role play drama. So like this, students will be given lots of tasks or activities to develop their English language. Next we shall see about characteristics of CLT, and it aims to make the learners attain communicative competency so that to use the language accurately and appropriately. So this CLT aims to make the learners to attain communicative competency through some activities. So the teacher will conduct lots of communicative activities to attain communicative competence, and the prime focus is on the learners to make them self-learners. So the teacher's prime focus will be making them to learn by themselves. Okay, and the part of the teacher is that he is just a facilitator who manages the environment and helps the learners with necessary materials and instructions. The role of teacher is very minimum here. Minimum in the sense the teacher's role should be like a facilitator, or the one who supervises the activities, and the teacher has to provide some necessary materials and some basic instructions which the students has to follow. And the communicative syllabus has authentic materials such as text based material and task based material, and also some real objects which contains newspaper articles, photos, etc. So when the teacher is selecting this communicative language teaching method, the teacher should use lots of authentic materials like text based material, task based material, and some real objects through which the teacher can conduct some activity for developing the communicative competency of the students. The tasks set are purposeful and meaningful, and the task can be judged immediately for its success by the learners himself. So whatever task the teacher is giving for the students, it should have some purpose, and that task should be meaningful task, not a simple task for them. It should have some purpose, and also it should have some meaning in it. And communicative syllabus emphasizes functions of language rather than rules. So in this method emphasizes to use the language rather than to learn the rules of the language. So this will focus them to use the language in their life, not learning the formulas, rules, and other things. So these are some of the characteristics of CLT. Next, we shall see about the role of teacher and the role of student. So first we will see the role of teacher, and the teacher is the overseer of the class. The teacher must coordinate the activities of the learners. So the teacher should supervise the class, and also the teacher should coordinate the activities given for the students. And as a classroom manager, the teacher is responsible for grouping activities into lessons. So as the teacher is the head of the class, the teacher has to be responsible for making them into different groups and conducting some activities. The teacher can act as a co-communicator, participating in the activities with the learners. The teacher can also participate in the activities along with the students to motivate them in participating the task. And the teacher facilitates the communication in the classroom, and he also acts like an advisor and a guide. So the teacher is like an advisor, and also the teacher is a guide for the students. And what is the role of the students? They are actively engaged in trying to make themselves understood and in understanding the others, and that the students should participate actively in various skills. They should not be a passive learners, they should be the active learners, and the students do most of the speaking. So in this method, the teacher will speak less, and the teacher will make the students to speak a lot. So the students do the most of the speaking, and the teacher will be the passive listener, and the teacher will correct when the students are committing some errors. And they learn to communicate by communicating. So the students learn to communicate by communicating. So they will start speaking with wrong or with some poor English, and day by day their English will be getting better, and also they will be learning how to communicate by communicating. So they will start communicating, and they will learn communicating through communication. So these are the roles and roles of teacher, and also the role of students. And next, techniques of CLT. So what are the techniques used in CLT? There are so many activities which can be used in communicative language teaching, but few activity which common or which an ordinary teacher can use in a classroom is language games. So there are so many. Again, in language games we have so many games in language: word building, word ladder, and word chain. So many language games are there, and the teacher can choose any game which will be interesting for the students. So the game which the teacher is selecting should be selected on the basis of the age and ability of the students. So you should decide whether this game will be suitable for my classroom, this game will be interesting for my classroom. So like that you should think based on your students' ability, and then you should select game. And mind engaging task means you can give a newspaper to them, and you can ask them to read the newspaper, and again you can make them to tell it in their own words, like that. So mind engaging activity, or else you can give some puzzles to them and rearrange the puzzles and tell it in a complete story like that. So many activities again are there in mind engaging task. And that role play, you know very well what is role play. You should assign a role for them and they should enact in front of the whole classroom. Like for example, you can ask two students to come forward and you can make them to act like a shopkeeper and a customer. So when they are conversing like a shopkeeper and customer, they are playing a role of a shopkeeper and they are playing a role of a customer. And or else you can ask any one of the student to come forward and act and play like a freedom fighter or someone whom you adore very well. So like that you can assign some role for them and they can come forward and talk in front of the whole classroom. So this is one of the activity which can be used. And then retrieving text order, that's what I said. No, now the teacher will be giving them some paragraph and they have to read the whole paragraph and they have to reflect on the paragraph. That they have to reflect what is the content in that paragraph and whether the content is good or wrong. You can criticize too about the content. And the last one is group work or pair work. The teacher can divide the class into 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups according to the activity. And the teacher can conduct some group activity or pair work, making them, so when the teacher is making them into different groups, they will be learning lots of values in it: cooperation and adjustment, helping. So like that, along with the communicative skill, they will also learn some values. So these are some of the techniques which can be used in communicative language teaching method. Next, we will see about the merits and demerits of communicative language teaching. The first one is merits of communicative language teaching. So by interacting in pairs and groups, the learners get confidence. So when the teacher is selecting this method to teach English language, the learners will attain confidence in them and they will speak boldly without any fear or without any shyness. And the learners can get more language practice. So when the teacher is conducting lots of activities in the classroom, the students are used to get some good exposure and also they are used to get some practice sessions in the classroom, so that they will get more exposure to the language. And the learners can develop fluency and accuracy, and it helps the learners to shed the shyness and show individuality in using English. So that is what these are some of the merits of using communicative language skill. Next, demerits of communicative language skill. The first one is it is difficult in overcrowded classes. So overcrowded classroom will have some difficulty in having face-to-face discussion, and also it is very difficult for the teacher to organize some activities for the classroom. When the class strength is very minimum, it will be easy for the teacher to conduct some activity. When the class is overcrowded, the teacher will find some difficulty in conducting some activities. And next, an average teacher with limited skill cannot make this method a successful method. So the teacher should have some extraordinary skills, and the teacher should know what are the various communicative methods, and also the teacher should know how to utilize those methods in the classroom. So the teacher should be a skillful teacher, not an ordinary teacher. And sometimes the learners will not take interest to talk, as they are well versed in their mother tongue. So when the students is not having any interest to talk in English, nobody can help them unless the teacher should motivate the students well, and the teacher should increase some curiosity among the students. And these are some of the demerits, and also there are few more demerits, like syllabus. A proper syllabus has to be prepared for utilizing this communicative language teaching method. And sometimes when you are using some role play, the students will make some mistakes, and the teacher should correct those mistakes immediately. The teacher should not just like that leave those errors. So errors has to be corrected immediately. So errors has to be corrected in the beginning itself. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so these are some of the demerits of communicative language teaching. So I have given you an outline of what is communicative language teaching. So communicative language teaching is nothing but teaching English language through some communicative activities such as drama, role play, language games, mind engaging activities, and so some other communicative activities. When the students start practicing some communicative activities in their real life, naturally language will come to them, and this communicative method of teaching will help the students to gain confidence and to speak effectively and also accurately. Okay, so we have seen so many methods to teach English language, and this communicative method to teach English language will be very effective for the lower classes, and also it will be effective for higher classes if the teacher is handling the class in a better way. Okay, thank you.